Ramblin Man here. It's that time of the week. So we are talking about divorce. And I hope some of this is helping y'all because it helps me to talk about it. Because I've been divorced now for almost 4 years. In August, it'll be 4 years. And yeah, in August it'll be 4 years. And I've just now gotten where I can really talk about it without feeling like anger or just not feeling, like anything towards it, about it, okay? Or feeling bad, like I feel guilty, right? So we talked about denial the first week. You gave you my life story on the first couple weeks. Then we did denial, anger, and now we're going to talk about bargaining. Now, bargaining sounds like you're trying to work a deal, which is exactly what you're doing. You're negotiating with yourself, with God, with whoever will listen. And what happens is you come into things like what ifs. You're telling yourself that, well, what if I did this differently? Or if I did this differently, what would happen? Well, could I have saved the marriage if I did this? Or what if I spent more time with my spouse? What if I did this and when I came home, I really devoted more and more time to things that my wife or my husband wanted from me? Well, look, you can do that all day. It's a normal thing. Trust me, it's normal, but you'll work through it and you'll get on with your life. But here's what I'll tell you. Don't what if it to death, because what'll happen is you'll get so caught up in the what ifs that you start losing sight of everything, and you'll start doing what I call the blaming game, and you'll blame everything on yourself. Guys, it took 2 people to get married. It takes 2 people to get divorced. When I say that, what I mean is if you're willing to work on it, but the other person is not, you're not going to be able to do anything. It doesn't matter if that person's already made up their mind, which is the case for my marriage. My wife at the time had already made up her mind that she wanted a divorce. It didn't matter. I mean, I went through and I changed a lot of different things. And let me tell you, if she was really willing to be with me, if I had made those changes, we'd still be together because I did some great things. But here's what I did. I made myself better for my spouse that I'm married to now. She's reaping the benefits from that. But I know one thing is I go through and I would go through after being angry and everything. I'd go through and say, maybe we should have stayed together for the kids, my poor kids. You'll beat yourself up thinking that, what did I do to my kids? You'll tell yourself, God, if you'll allow my marriage to be saved, then I'll never drink again, or I'll never cheat again. Maybe you cheated. I did not cheat, but I'm just telling you, maybe that's the case. You cheated, or maybe you just you're always working out of town and you told yourself that, I have to work out of town to make money for this family. Those are things that you tell yourself, and then after the fact you think, well, what can I do differently? I'll tell you, I what if the heck out of it. And the bad part is I bargained with God so much. I was like, well, God, I'm doing this and this. Can you please tonight just let her have a change of heart? All kinds of weird stuff like that. And I say weird because for me it was weird. It's not something I'm used to. But it's normal. You will go through that. If you haven't gone through it yet, you will. Because you'll find yourself, and you may be totally like, I'm glad to be divorced. But you'll still think, maybe if I hadn't said yes in the first place, maybe if I hadn't got married in the first place, I wouldn't be where I am now. You will what if it. But that's okay. It's normal. What is normal? But I'm just saying, it's a normal feeling that you go through. It's something that a lot of people do. So just make sure that you don't what if it to death, because you'll just beat yourself up for no reason whatsoever. So that being said, just get through this stage. This is a hard stage. This is probably one of the worst stages for me, because you feel like you can make a change even though you can't. You really have no control over it. Just remember that. You're at a point right now that if it's happening, it's happening. What I would say is just do the best thing to make yourself feel good. Make yourself just be proud of where you're at right now. And even though you may have screwed up, just work towards changing yourself for the better moving forward. But don't look in the past and think, well, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. You may work out. Who knows? You may get back with your spouse, the person you broke up with, that you're getting divorced from. You may get back together. But don't think of that in the back of your mind like, I may get back together, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So that being said, just enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this helped you some. Remember, don't beat yourself up and don't what if it to death. Y'all have a great one. Ramblin' Man out.